All right, so if you've been out of the loop, Joe Rogan in his recent podcast with Bill Burr said that masks are for bitches and that basically we don't need to wear them. Bill rightfully pushed back on that point, and Joe's been getting a lot of criticism for what he said. Here's a short clip of their conversation.
Want people to walk down the street with a mask on?
Let's not start this, Joe.
Do you, though?
Let's not start this. Okay.
Let's start it.
I don't want to start this bullshit. I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you with no medical degree, with an American flag behind you, smoking a cigar, acting like we know what's up better than the CDC.
But even they say you shouldn't wear a mask unless you're treating a coronavirus patient. The World Health Organization.
Yeah, but they didn't say that
literally
initially. They didn't say it initially.
No, they didn't.
I just love how wearing a mask became like this fucking soft thing that you were doing, like being
it's for
courteous.
bitches.
Being courteous. Why is it for bitches? That was so
You're wearing a
stupid.
mask. First of all, it's
Oh,
not.
God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe, and your 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man right here. A man doesn't wear a mask.
Now, Joe's wrong. Masks do work in reducing transmission of the virus, and he shouldn't be telling people that they don't need to wear them. But look, I like Joe Rogan. I'm a fan of his podcast. And when someone you like, like a friend, is making a mistake or doing the wrong thing, you want to try and help them. So I want to help Joe by getting him on board with wearing masks.
To be more considerate or more kind. It's about calling people out on doing something wrong and stopping them.
Now, if we can't get him to wear masks based on the science, then the best way to do it is to appeal to the sort of person that Joe is. So here are 3 ways that we can convince Joe Rogan to wear a mask himself and to get him to promote the wearing of masks. The first way, weighted masks. Masks that put additional weight resistance on your body to make your training harder. And of course, they make it harder to breathe too. Basically like weighted vests, but for your head and neck. So hear me out. We know Joe loves unorthodox, straight up bizarre workouts. He's used weighted vests for hikes and runs and shit.
In the middle of hiking with this 45-pound weight plate connected to this outdoorsman pack frame.
We know about his love of kettlebells.
Also, if you want to get a kettlebell, just get one fucking kettlebell. There's one kettlebell. One kettlebell, one 35-pound kettlebell, one kettlebell, and you
done.
replaced your gym.
Yeah.
One kettlebell.
And then there's whatever this shit is.
Keeping your body still. All the way, chin to shoulder, chin to shoulder. Good.
Oh, this is amazing.
The point is that any way that we can find to unnecessarily complicate a workout, make it weirder, Joe will be into it.
And I'm a pussy.
Then wear one, Joe. Okay, now the second way that we can get Joe into masks is some sort of sensory deprivation, DMT inhalation, pot edibles ingestion device mask. If there's anything Joe loves more than training, it's taking his mind to other dimensions with psychedelics and his body into saunas and tanks, thinking about things that are entirely possible.
What was the last psychedelic trip you had?
I did mushrooms a couple months ago.
Yeah, how was that?
It's fucking awesome.
And have you done LSD?
Yes.
And good?
Yes.
Great experience?
Yeah.
Have you had a bad experience on it?
No. Yeah, you just feel a little better. And you're like, what is... Oh, I took mushrooms.
Yes.
I forgot.
So this mask is kind of inspired by the helmet SpongeBob wears when he goes and visits Sandy the squirrel's home. SpongeBob needs water to survive, and Joe needs to get high.
I think, first of all, I was tripping balls, right? There's that. There's being in that tank.
On what?
I think it was edible pot. I've done a bunch of different things in the tank, but mostly it's edible pot.
So all this mask has to do is let him have those same experiences. Some sort of contraption that lets Joe trip his balls off, but also helps limit the spread of disease.
There is a little powder, and you smoke this little powder, and it will change the way you look at everything. You won't care about UFOs. If a UFO landed right out there, I'd be like, wow, yeah, they're probably from another planet. Whatever. It's not DMT. DMT is 100,000 times crazier than that. It's like mushrooms times 1,000,000 plus aliens.
And if those first 2 methods don't work, they don't entice him to wear a mask, all else fails. Our Hail Mary option, gorillas.
And that's these big gorilla bells. And I love these because it makes me feel like a man. I like to think that the gorilla's trying to steal my soul. These are the things I think of when I'm working out. Dude, if a fucking gorilla didn't exist, imagine seeing a gorilla. Right. Be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that thing?
6 foot, 600 pounds.
Hulking, huge, hairy, black beast with a giant chest and enormous arms and pounds on his chest, runs on all fours, and you're like, fucking fangs.
Yeah.
And when they fly through the air at each other and clash, and smash into each other and fight, holy fuck, man. If you didn't know that was real,
I know,
and you ran into a gorilla, you'd be like, what the fuck?
We get a scientist to go on Joe's podcast and convince him that gorillas wear masks in the wild. He will convince himself of the evolutionary benefits that masks must have and start wearing them the next day.
Fucking crazy 800-pound silverback bursting through the trees.
Pull it off, Jamie.